never thought of boasting about your weaknesses because the power of God rests on you when you're weak, and it manifests when you're weak. It is seen, it becomes like your strength. It gives you strength to overcome that weakness in you. So Paul says, I will boast more about my weaknesses. I will not boast about me, but I will boast more about my weaknesses. The hardest thing so far is to boast about a weakness. But why is Paul boasting about a weakness? He's boasting about his weaknesses because he realizes and he knows that the power of God rests upon him in his weaknesses. Praise the Lord. So he says, when I am weak, then I am strong. Then when you are weak, that is when you're strong. And what makes you strong? The power of God. Today I want to tell you, can you begin to boast about your weaknesses? Paul says, listen to this. That is why for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardship, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong. He delights in weaknesses. Do you delight in your weaknesses? But you can only delight in your weaknesses when you know the power of God is on you, rests on you. It cannot rest on you until you begin to have faith in the Lord, believe in the Lord, walk with Him, have a relationship with Him. His power will rest on you. He says, 3 times, the weakness, Paul says, 3 times in verse 8, 3 times I pleaded with the Lord to take it away from me. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 8. 3 times I pleaded with the Lord to take it away from me. He pleaded with the Lord to take away his weakness from him. But listen to the response. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Praise the Lord. That the grace of God is sufficient. It will keep you through that weakness. Through that hardship, His grace is sufficient. Through that difficulty, insults you're receiving, the persecutions you're going through, His grace is sufficient. This is so powerful. You have to delight in your weaknesses, because through that, the power of God is made perfect in that weakness. And He says His grace is sufficient.